Welcome to another episode of Buddies, Booze, Banters, Unfiltered Conversations. I am Rick.
I'm Michael.
And I'm Alex.
Okay, so, when I was rudely interrupted last time, we were actually I had a topic that I really wanted to talk about, and I really think that it's extremely important to talk about this because it really kind of shows the stupidity of some people. And what we're talking about is obviously...
Are we speaking to you?
Man, that sucks.
I'm just asking a question.
How critical have I been of you recently?
You've been so nice. You've been like a peach.
Thank you. I mean, come on.
I mean, really, come on. How much did he pay you for that comment?
Just saying,
Hold on, he hasn't paid me yet. I don't think.
I'll venue you later. Or Cash App, whatever you want. Zelle, whatever it may be.
See, I'm a man of the Michael. Man of the Michael.
See? We'll need to play that again on my Bible stuff, okay? Praise the Lord Jesus, Okay, so, what I really want to talk about, because I did that little teaser last time, is let's talk about how stupid and hypocritical the Maga Cult members are, and there. I think there's a 30 or 3-minute outtake audio that I have for you, Alex. And let's just listen to this, and we could do commentary during it if we want to. So don't mute our mics because it's pretty fucking hilarious.
Which one is this? I don't even know this one.
Oops, it's Trump.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And again, folks. Do you mind if I ask you? I want to show you this. I want to have you listen to this. Is really because where we currently are. The illusions that people are creating for themselves based upon the lies that they're being told. And I would like to think that I'm somewhat intelligent. And
that's your first mistake.
Did you hear the laugh? Can we make sure we get a picture with the sunglasses and everything?
That was a good one.
Yeah, but
I got a good laugh
from that. You're just hammering it on, buddy. You're just hammering it on, because I've been somewhat
doing portrait mode.
I'm just somewhat subtle lately. I can come right back at you hard. And you know that. And
I'm used to it.
But anyhow, the reason I want everybody to hear this.
The gallery was laughing.
The reason I want everybody to hear this is really because, these are what we classified as mature adults. Or individuals that we would hope they're mature, at least from a mental capacity perspective. And how they split hairs in regards to the candidates, the current the nominees of the different parties is just ridiculous. Now, again, I'm not saying these are something that are outtakes recently. These are just something that actually are leading up to it. There are so many more that I could provide to you. But, Alex, go ahead and let's play those.
Do you mind if I ask you who you voted for in the last election? Trump. I'm going to guess you voted for Trump.
It says Donald Trump.
Do you mind if I just ask you a few questions about things that Biden has done in his administration, and you can kind of give me your opinion on that? What did you think when Joe Biden suggested that COVID could be cured by shining a bright light inside the body?
He did that? Oh, my God.
It is very sad that Joe Biden is clearly a dementia patient.
Supposedly hit the body with a tremendous,
That's Trump.
Whether it's ultraviolet or just very powerful light.
How many people watched that press
Biden
release?
Saying that getting through the 80s without getting HIV was his own personal Vietnam.
Again, it's very sad, his mental capacity, and that is a very uneducated statement.
Okay, I'm so sorry. These are not, I got my notes mixed up.
Oops.
Can I ask you this question? Can we start over? Let me ask you. Okay. What did you think when Donald Trump suggested that COVID could be cured by shining a bright light into the body?
It depends what that technology is.
Are you kidding me?
That's a broad spectrum because, you have MRI machines and CT machines and infrared and different things. So it just depends.
Not dementia.
What did you think of Donald Trump saying that getting through the 80s without getting HIV was his own personal Vietnam?
Dementia patient?
No.
No, I don't believe that.
There are accusations that Joe Biden cheated on his wife with a porn star after his son was born. And there's actually a paper trail showing he paid the sex worker $130,000 to keep quiet about it.
Well, who did that? Joe
Biden.
And he was making, I think, less than $100,000 a year at that time
That's
as
right.
a congressman, a senator. Now, how does he do that?
You tell me. Would you
You're a
vote for
reporter.
someone that
Of course not.
Okay. So Trump did do that
Trump had a fling with Stormy Daniels.
and paid her $130,000.
And he knew it. He even
Hush
knew her
money.
name.
He knew
And you're
it.
voting for him.
I am. My father
Get this.
had affairs too, and I
My
still
father had
respect
affairs.
him.
I still respect him.
How do you feel about Joe Biden using his bone spurs to dodge the Vietnam draft?
Joe Biden has a problem. He isn't an American. He isn't a patriot.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry. I asked you. I said Biden and I meant Trump. So those were things that.
Oh, Trump?
Trump. Yes. Can I ask you the question again with
Yes,
the right
you may.
name? I'm so sorry. How do you feel about Donald Trump using his bone spurs to dodge the Vietnam draft?
My brother-in-law had flat feet. So I'm sure you cannot go into a military zone, a Vietnam zone, or any of the other zones with bad feet.
Sure.
So does she mean flat feet or spun burrs?
She said flat feet.
Well, no, but she's equating to Trump's heel, whatever spone burrs that he had, or bone burrs, or whatever you call them.
bone burrs?
Yeah, what?
Bone spurs, bone spurs, bone spurs.
Bone spurs.
Yeah, there's like little slivers of your bone that are actually on your heels.
Bone spurs in feet
Yeah.
occur when calcium deposits build up on the underside of the heel bone. I had no idea that
Well,
was a real
because
thing.
he's too fucking fat.
That's right. Okay.
Let's be honest. I mean, I don't know if he was in the 70s. I mean, Vietnam and all that. But bottom line is, he avoided the draft.
He did.
He avoided the draft because he's a pussy. Let's be honest with you. And he has the audacity to say that somebody who actually went to war, to fight for the defense, which you can discuss whether Vietnam was legit or not in regards to actually we should be there. And I commend anybody who would want to have that discussion. But I mean, those who actually did their duty, signed up or were drafted into the military and went out there and fought, whether they were captured and tortured or killed, and literally, Trump has called them pussies. That they're not strong enough. I mean, are you kidding me? And this is somebody that they actually literally look up to and want to be the next president again of the United States. So,
I mean, he is a unique candidate. And he's got a following out there.
unique?
I said unique. It is. But he's got a following out there, and I don't get it. I mean, I get it, but I don't see why. Because, I mean, based on the recording that we just showed or whatever, it's just
And
like
there's
it's just like
tons of them.
And again, it is,
but
but they keep changing their mind because depending on who they think the candidate is, 'cause it's like
and
it's
again-
bad, but then no, if it's your candidate, no, it's good.
And what I will say is that outtakes, and I got some more that I'll actually eventually bring into the mix of the podcast in the future. Those in particular were several months ago. There are some more recent ones that the actual reporters have been showing them videos and stuff like that, and literally in the moment. Now, whether or not they follow through on it, but in the moment, those voters is like changing their opinions that I'm not going to vote for Trump. I was like, well, that's who you have been voting for. So now you're not going to vote for him. That if you're not, that's great. You have come to Jesus. And it's about time. So the thing about it is the mentality of this. I don't even know. I don't know what to call them because I don't want to even give them respect of calling them a cult. Because I mean,
It's
first
a
of all,
cult.
they can't think for themselves clearly. And, it doesn't matter what you bring them facts. I mean, literally facts, video facts or whatever it may be of this is what it is. They don't believe it. They say it's fake news or that's an impersonator or that's an actor.
Because their leader's saying it's fake news.
Well, yeah, and he's very good about that. He actually came out, tonight he came out and basically said all Democrat Jews hate their religion. Because of what Schumer actually did in his speech. I mean, it's just ridiculous what he comes out with. And he literally talks out of the side of his mouth and he makes shit up just simply to make shit up. But my point being is that they follow him to the edges of the earth.
Well,
and the teaser that I did last time, the last podcast, which you actually cut me off on.
thank God for it. Thank y'all, everybody that's listening. Thank me.
They're not going to thank you because
Yeah, they are. our peanut gallery is giving me thanks.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Our peanut gallery is giving us thanks.
Oh, peanut gallery?
Yeah.
You just slurred a little bit.
No,
the peanut gallery.
But Alex, I want you to play that bloodbath thing again.
Okay, hold on.
And you know, folks, there's some clarity that I'm going to actually put out there as an intelligent individual.
We got to find one first.
I got it.
Literally, are you like just hammering my ass tonight, Michael?
Now, if I don't get elected, it's going to be a bloodbath for the whole. That's going to be the least of it. It's going to be a bloodbath for the country.
So, folks, I mean, he was actually talking about the auto industry in Detroit, and then basically saying that he's going to put 100% tariffs on any foreign vehicles coming into the United, especially any Chinese vehicles that are actually built in Mexico. 100% tariffs. So, I mean, I understand. Because although he does not actually, have these sentences that actually run together like concurrently that make sense, I understood what he was implying. But do you think his cult members did? No, they heard it's going to be a bloodbath if I'm not elected, meaning that gives them the authorization to basically say, draw blood on anybody who opposed me, just like 1/6/21 happened. Mm-hmm. Am I not wrong?
No.
No, absolutely not. I mean, and the thing about it is, I don't think him saying that was a mistake. I think he purposely said that. And yes, there's a backtracking of his campaign saying it right now, but none of those individual cult members are going to listen to that.
I mean, he wants everybody to fight to him to the death on everything, and everything else is. And the one thing
Who the hell would want to fight for that fucker?
Well, you've got 30% of whatever this MAGA
I think it's gone down to 25%, but I mean
25, 30% of this MAGA. It's like you just got to put them aside. They're not going to listen.
All I can say is
Biden
needs to do more performances on his rallies like he did on the State of the Union.
Yeah, he did. But I mean,
he does.
But the one thing that is interesting or whatever, because he's like, okay, Trump's saying bloodbath and all this other stuff is now the 1/6. Where basically they stormed the Capitol and everything else is, and they did what Trump wanted them to do, and he was happy, and he was in the White House just watching it, cheering it on, and everything else.
Like whatever.
But a lot of those people have gone to jail.
Yeah, but the thing about that is,
what I see going forward is they're going to be fewer people. They're going to do this now.
No, I disagree with you
because they're afraid they're going to end up going to jail.
I disagree with you, and the reason I disagree with you,
I think so because it's like on this election it's different now. Okay, if Trump loses in 2024, Biden's the current president. Where Trump was the current president, Trump decided not to do anything. Biden is going to put the National Guards, what out there at the very beginning, and so it's just like I think the extreme might go way out there, but the people that are not that extreme, they're not going to want to take the risk of getting thrown in jail.
And the reason I'm going to disagree with that, Michael, is because I mean he literally is playing to those individuals who actually were convicted and currently serving time.
Well, because he's telling them
they are
that
the hostages.
He's going to pardon them if he gets elected.
Yeah, I mean, and that is what they're hoping for. Is those individuals, majority of those individuals, and there's like 1,000 or so individuals who actually, almost 800, whatever they are. They actually are just diehard Trump fans.
Well, I know,
and they believe everything he says. So, like, even if I actually had to sacrifice a couple of years of my life in jail. He's gonna get me out of jail, which he won't.
No,
which he won't.
If he wins, he will pardon everybody on the 1/6 that got convicted. I totally believe.
I don't know if he will or not.
I totally believe that because he's said that and all that stuff is, and it's like
the majority of those individuals who support him, he actually dislikes. He finds them as white trash trailer.
Yeah, but he's going to need them.
No, and he does need them to get elected. Knowing full well that he cannot get elected again. His idea is I'm going to become a dictator, and there is no longer elections.
But he's going to need them. So then he's going to want to.
No, he's going to actually do martial law.
Well, but he's going to need these people, so then that way he can deputize all these people. Because he would.
I mean, I don't know. Oh, Michael. Oh, what?
That wasn't me.
What is that?
Deputize.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Deputize. That's a strong word.
All right. So what's your next topic? We're moving you this time.
Deputize, okay.
No, it should be PornHub banning Texas.
Actually, we actually do
It's
have
horrible.
we have a completely different topic off of mine or Michael's, and we're going to actually have Alex bring a topic today, which actually
cool.
I had not heard about, and I usually do hear about something like this, especially about Texas. So I'm really interested to hear the details of this.
What?
It's your go, Alex.
You said
He
Pornhub.
put you on the hot.
Oh yeah. So there I was. I had my phone in my left
I
hand.
bet you did. And what was in your right hand?
And your hand was.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. So there I was.
And you didn't answer that question.
No.
Yeah, well,
That's for the page.
All right. He did answer.
No, yeah.
We know.
So anyway,
No answer is an answer.
I went hit the search button and then I refreshed it, and then it still wasn't. So then I unplugged my router.
So was it because you actually keyed in Pornhub?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I want to make sure.
Unplugged my router, made sure that wasn't it. Called the water company, made sure there wasn't an outage.
The water company.
Internet company. First of all, if there's anybody who doesn't know what Pornhub is out there, because I'm sure our audience does, it's literally the ultimate. Well, are they so relevant now because of all the OnlyFans?
Well, they
and
were
all this?
supposed to be the safe option. Like,
Are you kidding me? They're like dogs shit and all that stuff on there. I mean,
no, I just mean like from a consumer protection, like. you know.
Okay.
All right.
Well, anyways,
Anyway.
I mean, we're Texas.
So,
Yeah, so let me read this to you here. Let me go to a incognito mode first.
Don't track me.
So I went to the site. It says, "Dear user, as you may know, your elected officials in Texas are requiring us to verify your age before allowing your access to our website. Not only does this impinge on the right of adults to access protected speech, it fails strict scrutiny by employing the least effective and yet most restrictive means of accomplishing Texas's state proposed of allegedly protecting minors."
Now that actually is kind of interesting because I mean I'm kind of on the fence with that because I do believe strongly that there should be a limitation on what actually minors should be able to see, especially that's not information that is relatively available in normal life. I mean, some of the stuff on Pornhub is extreme.
Right.
I get that. I mean, but on the flip side of that is like the internet has not been regulated to this degree ever before. So I think that there's some constitutionality issues here.
Which brings up their third paragraph. As we've seen in other states, such bills have failed to protect minors by driving users from those few websites which comply to the hundreds and thousands of websites with far few safety measures in place.
Well, not just that. I mean, there are actually what we call shadow websites that are based off of outside of the United States that they actually have like pirated ability to have access. So these individuals, I mean, this is like I'm not saying kids. I'm just saying individuals who are adults are sharing the access to these. So everything that's on Pornhub, they still have access to it on these pirated like accesses. I mean,
So you get this warning.
Yeah.
So does it say if you're 18?
did you get that warning, Michael?
I haven't gotten it.
Yeah.
So if you
Oh.
said,
So he did say he looked.
so if it says you're 18 and above, click.
They
this,
know you're
does it-
over 18.
Well, yeah. So I travel a lot, as you know, and I've been to other countries where Pornhub, in general, they will go through a age verification process. For example,
But so it doesn't matter what your age is, as long as you say you're 18 and above.
that's what they're saying. They're saying the law has no it's not going to do anything.
The internet has always been one of those anomalies. How do we regulate it?
Right.
How would we
We
set
don't.
rules and regulations?
Right.
Well, no, there has to be something. I mean, because if that's the case, then fuck you and TikTok.
Yeah, it's an interesting thing because let's say your Pornhub, you've just cut access to an entire state in the United
Yeah,
States.
absolutely.
I don't know how many people are in Texas, but you as a business have decided for political
You know, the
reasons.
thing about that, though, is I'm pretty
to
sure
cut
most of those
access.
actually Republicans actually still have access to it.
Of course. But so,
yeah, but look
so
at
why,
the thousands of people that pay for that subscription that are no longer generating money. For
Well,
the
again,
site.
I mean, you're talking about 170 million people are
but
being
that's
cut off
just
of TikTok.
Pornhub. But there's other ones.
Okay,
So-
yeah, they also own RedTube, which also got cut.
I mean, most of
But
those
there's
actually
still
are intertwined.
others
and all
out
that.
there, so it's like they haven't done
No.
all of it, have they?
They will. The tentacles will go out because they.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, they all own each
Each
other.
other.
Okay. I mean, it's just out there. I mean, it's like even like when you talk about GoDaddy, specifically about domains and all that. I mean, and they have all these other services out there that you can buy the domains. GoDaddy owns those.
Yeah, the GoDaddy, they're all pulling from a market, like a domain
and
market.
Anybody with any level of intelligence, and you see the exact same structure when you get into a website, it's like, oh yeah, I've seen this before. Where does it GoDaddy?
So you're saying Texas doesn't want women to have any anything?
Well,
over
no,
their
they want the
body.
Republican men to have it.
They don't want porn to be spread around.
They want to protect minors, which I get.
I'm all about that.
But
I get that,
PornHub is saying by passing that bill, that's not going to protect minors.
And it's been proven that it doesn't.
Right. So
because
therefore,
they get access somewhere else.
That's
the black
exactly
web.
right.
I mean, there's so many other avenues they can get access to it. There really is. I mean, the firewalls, the private, incognitos. I mean, there's so many other things that these asshole Republicans sitting in the House of Texas have no idea where. Now, I guarantee you, they have an exception. They're getting their PornHub.
Yeah, it's just like weed, man. I mean, Colorado's got it. They figured it out, so they're gonna.
They're making a shitloads of money in taxes.
Or casinos. Everybody goes across the border.
We're going to have casinos here. Trust me.
We will, but
because Republicans like that tax money because they don't want to give to education. They want to actually take that money somewhere else.
Well, no, because the people that bought the Mavs from Cuban, they
Adels.
want a casino here, so they're
going to get it.
They spend
They're going to
billions.
Get it. They are the number one GOP donators in the country. They're going to get their casinos here.
I'm all for casinos in Texas.
Right. Well, I'm fine for those because obviously I don't care about people who want to gamble. They want to gamble. I'm a horrible gambler. I always lose. I have zero luck, so that's fine. Let everybody else lose their money. I don't care. It doesn't bother me. But again, that's what everybody should be about. If it doesn't affect you, it doesn't bother you. Shut the fuck up.
Right.
Simple as that. And the same thing with porn. If you want to watch porn, Alex, at the airport sitting in DFW or Amarillo or whatever, who cares?
So when
I prefer it in the Sonic drive-through while I'm waiting for my chili cheese dog.
All right, so Alex,
Did you say sauna?
Sonic.
So Alex, I got a question for you. So then you're restricted to it when you're in Texas, right? Mm-hmm. So then when you're on the plane and you try to, once you get out of the Texas
air rights are still there.
Does it mean that you can then watch?
Who owns those air rights?
I can't watch that stuff on the plane. I get too nervous. I tried. I was watching some movie. It wasn't even dirty, but
oh my god, yes! I've actually a
sex scene in it.
I literally have turned
I've
turned my screen so somebody doesn't see it.
So some child doesn't come see it.
I used to fly a lot over to the UK with my dad in business class, and we'd have the pods right next to each other, and he never sleeps. He's always watching movies, always sitting up or eating whatever, drinking whatever, and I literally have to turn my TV. He's like, oh, no, I'm not going to watch a soft porn with my dad. I mean, it just doesn't make sense. I mean, it's kind of embarrassing.
Yeah, I don't know. So I'm just curious to take a wager on this. I mean, do you think PornHub will release that from Texas after the election's over? Do you think it'll just be a matter of time? Just general conversation.
Well, I mean, when you say after the election, what does that have to do with after the election?
I don't know. I have no idea.
I mean, the GOP have a grip on there until a federal judge comes out, and says it's unconstitutional. It's going to stay, because I mean, the one thing about the House in Texas, they've been extremely successful. And put in these discriminatories and the bans and these, I mean, they've been extremely successful. Which the interesting thing about it is I don't really believe that the majority of the people in Texas are that conservative. I mean, there's more purple people than there are red.
But it's got to be put on a ballot where people vote on it,
and they got to fucking vote.
Yep,
get out and vote. You don't vote?
That's
oh my
the problem
God.
right there.
Get the fuck out. I mean, seriously, why don't you vote? So the reason,
really want to get into
the reason you don't have PornHub, the reason you can no longer watch PornHub in Texas is because you didn't vote.
No, I vote. I voted this election.
Who'd you vote for?
Who'd you vote for? I voted for Donald Trump the first time.
Oh my freaking God.
And I voted for Joe Biden the second time.
So wait, did I know you when you voted for Donald Trump? Actually, I didn't. So actually,
that would have been 2016.
No, it's too far.
And I didn't know that.
No, I voted for Joe Biden this last time.
So this is a good question. Why did you change your vote? in 2020?
Because I was willing to give him a chance.
And I can understand
Why were you
that.
willing to give him a chance based upon the fact that you voted for Donald Trump in the first place, and he was the incumbent?
Well, to be
Incumbent.
to be fair,
Uh-huh.
I think republicanism is more pro business entrepreneur centric.
Really?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. Well,
It's my.
what? I'm going to give you homework.
Okay.
The next podcast, I want you to bring
Here,
me.
we write this down and send it to my email.
You're going to have to remind him because he'll forget.
No, Kara's going to do that. She's going to do some research for him as well. I want you to bring the facts as to what actually backs that up.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because most of those statistics out there are going to show you that.
Okay, go ahead.
Businesses have been more successful under a Democratic president.
Yeah, but in what tier? That's what I'd be curious. Are we talking about corporate or are we talking about the small guy? Because I'm the small guy.
I'm the small guy as well. And trust me, I actually have 3 LLCs. Mm-hmm. And when Donald Trump came into office in 2017, January 2017, I got fucked.
Yeah.
With that new tax law, because it actually benefited that 1%.
You might need a better CPA, man.
Oh no, I had the best, but I mean that 1% benefited.
Yeah.
Literally, the exemptions that I had previously year in 2016 were all gone.
Hey, what's the difference between a prostitute and what is it? A prostitute and a stripper? Prostitute and
I know what you mean.
What was the joke? What was the difference between?
My son asked me.
Hold on. Your son asked you this?
So my son, who is 10, literally
That's perspective.
asked me, yes. Well, he downloaded Grand Theft Auto on his Xbox without permission, and so obviously they have all that.
Yeah, there's a lot on there.
Right? So he goes, "Mom, what's a prostitute?" I was like, so
Not a prosecutor.
Yes. So told him what it was, and then he comes back like 2 weeks later, and he's like, "Mom, what's the difference between a prostitute and a hoe?" And I was like,
He did say whore though.
No, he downright said hoe.
No,
and I was like,
which I get. It's a hoe.
And I'm like, well, you're a little. I should not be telling you any of this. I said, come back to me when you're 13.
Yeah, but he's going to find that out in school.
He is. So anyway, I told Alex about it, and he was, Alex, what did you say? A prostitute has a better CPA or something like that. Oh, my
God. That's a call girl, though.
So I was just like, oh, my. Is that seriously what you would have told my son? And he goes,
yes. No. He would have.
All right.
Yeah,
so
a prostitute has a good CPA. A hoe does not have a good CPA.
Well, no, because they're actually at the Comfort Inn on Restaurant
because
Row and Technology.
Because a prostitute, it's a business. It's expensive.
And literally, it's like a time frame, and they probably Venmo or Cash App or Zelle or whatever it is. No cash is ever handed out.
I hate Cash App and Venmo and stuff. I talked to a company today that I'm thinking about hiring. And she's like, "Do you have Zelle?" I'm like, "Yeah, I've got Zelle. Are you trying not to pay taxes through this thing, or what do you?"
Oh no, the government caught on to that.
Okay.
No, anything that is done through Zelle or in Venmo, $600 or more, you have to report it.
Gotcha.
So you're done.
But Alex, I got a quick question just to go back. So in 2016, you voted for Trump. 2020, you voted for Biden.
Correct.
So my question is to you. I understand why you could have taken a chance on Trump and everything else. What got you to change to vote for Biden in 2020?
He wanted to give him a chance, which I think is lame. But
but it's like I'm giving the benefit of the doubt.
If you want to give him a chance, why didn't you give Trump another chance?
Well, no. Will you be
That's
quiet?
That's not the question. Why wouldn't you give Trump a chance? That doesn't mean anything.
No,
another
chance. Another chance.
I'm just asking.
I mean, he had 4 years. Why would he need another chance?
And did he do anything for you 4 years?
I don't understand your rebuttal. That's why I switched.
Why would you not vote for him again?
This is why I can't get anything in Edgeworth. I asked Alex a question, and then you go through and tell him another different question, and it defeats the purpose of my question.
You done?
No, I want you to be done.
So, the fact that you voted for Trump in 2016, did not vote for him in 2020, what changed? Not about why did you vote for Biden? What changed that you didn't vote for Trump?
Isn't that what I just asked before you went through this 30-minute dissertation, blah blah, because we know you want to hear yourself.
I'm pretty sure that was like a 25-second dissertation, which yours is
I
usually
don't
a
because
40
I'm
minute.
just imitating you.
Are you?
So just be quiet.
Imitation's
just
the best
be
flattery
quiet
ever.
for a second and let Alex.
Imitation's
answer
the best
my
flattery ever.
question.
At the end of the day, I don't think I'm well informed. I don't think I've done my research.
But
in
that's
general,
fair.
in
That's
general.
fair.
No, I get that. But what made it? What was the ultimate? Why you went Biden for 2020?
No, but I'm answering that by being more humble.
The question is like, why not Trump?
I know, but
No.
I'm answering by admittedly saying
Yeah, but
that I don't
something-
think
but-
I do
well,
enough research.
because typically when you vote for somebody and you're going to vote for them again unless something,
Yes,
whatever.
his point.
Yeah, I don't think because it didn't work out.
What didn't work out?
I just don't think the world was better. I think
Was your life better?
I don't think it was.
Because that's the ultimate argument that usually like, were you better off 4 years ago than you are now?
I mean, things
We were
were
in COVID 4 years
cheap,
ago.
but that's not like
And
I don't.
and literally we were in the midst of the pandemic,
Right.
And he fucked that up. I mean, he literally fucked that up.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if he had actually handled it when he was told about it in January of 2020, we would be differently right now.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know how I feel about the pandemic. I think it was necessary.
But that was, I mean, that's just the simplest thing is.
That's
that-
another topic we'll bring up on another podcast because I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
No, I mean, sans all the life that we lost, I think it was necessary.
Oh, wait, we really need to like, what is it? Weed out people?
No,
Edit?
I think
Like
the
you edit
world,
your wardrobe?
the world needed to be reset in a way. Yeah, let's
Oh
just
my fucking
Let's
God.
put a pin in that.
Yeah, we're gonna put a pin on it because that's a whole podcast in of itself. Because I'm very passionate about the fact. I mean, and you and I were
Really?
working during the pandemic.
Yeah.
Together.
I mean, we
So-
can debate it.
No, we will
in a good, healthy way.
in a healthy way. Yeah.
I just want the mute button while y'all are doing that. And then we can do, oh, happy days.
Yeah.
Oh, happy days.
Anyways, we're moving on.
All right, next
Moving
subject.
on before we lose friendship.
I mean, just for the fact we spent a lot of time on Pornhub.
And now Trump. So, just saying.
I got a headache now.
Well,
But you've never sound better.
have I? Anyway, we're going to do a quick segment. I'll do one actual topic specifically on the weekly podcast segment that we do specifically on the Bible, which is the Bible and the insane shit that is in the Bible and how people like to interpret it differently than it should be interpreted. So I'm going to actually take one passage from here. And again, it's that what I don't know what it is. Deuteronomy, whatever it may be. And it's based upon 23. And I'll read this to you. And again, thank you for praise Jesus.
Oh, happy
Shit, I can't. I need lighting. No one whose testicles are crushed or those male organs is cut off shall ever assemble to the God of Lord.
He's so bad at reading the Bible.
I am. I mean, trust me. But but again, even if I'm bad at reading the Bible, the interpretation of that is like absolutely bullshit. Let's be honest. So again, it basically says the translation is like. So the context is the passage. People should be blemished or should be like generally perfect so they can procreate well and contribute to the Lord's congregation by being fruitful and multiplying. So it makes sense that having a working pair of nuts is necessary.
nuts.
Yeah, you're like little balls down there.
No, I know.
The
I
thing
just
is,
go
the
nuts.
yeah. So basically, if you're missing any parts, if your ex cut it off, or you went into battle
Was it
and
Lorraine Bobbitt?
yeah, that was on, and you went into battle for Afghanistan or Iraq or wherever in the world, and you were just serving your country, America, and you lost something down yonder. Oh well, Sorry.
Oh, happy day.
Yeah.
Oh, happy day.
Oh, happy days. You're no longer allowed in church. Simple as that. Again, the interpretation that you need to get from the Bible is not literally it. I mean, it's bullshit. Come on. Let's be honest. I know I'm going to cause a lot of controversy.
Yeah, I was like, what? I was like,
I'm
I can
just
say
saying,
I voted for Trump
I'm
once
not
upon a
gonna
time, and you can say what you said about the Bible.
I mean, do you believe that? What I just said.
I don't know what I believe. I
So,
believe.
I actually have a wounded war veteran who was in Iraq. He
Yeah.
did 3 or 4 deployments, and he got his legs blown off, but also like down there.
Mm-hmm.
He can't preach to God. He can't. Seriously?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I believe. I mean, I don't know. I hope when I come back,
Wait a
I'm a
minute.
chimpanzee.
I mean,
that's what I believe.
ultimately, the people that are spewing all this negativity and all this stuff and all this rights and all this sort of stuff, it's all power to them, because it's like they are all interpreting it for their best interest. It's like when I went to church when I was younger or whatever, it was all to cleanse
60
your
years
soul,
ago.
cleanse your soul and
Cleanse your soul.
Didn't work, did it?
And
Cleanse
be
it.
a better person.
Didn't work, did it?
Well, you tried to be a better
You're not-
person
you're not
or whatever.
cleansed now.
But I'm just saying is
Are you cleansed now?
it wasn't.
Did you say
to
clenched
put-
or
Yeah,
cleansed?
I thought we were clenching our soul.
cleansing?
He may be clenched, not cleansed.
Well, it depends on where you're getting the cleansing.
Yeah, move on.
But I'm just saying.
Please.
I mean, but it's like, but it's nowadays. It's like they're taking it to the extreme, and all this other stuff is where it's like when I was younger and all this stuff. That wasn't the case, and that's where it's just like I'm in a different state.
I'm just
than a
trying
lot
to
of
figure out
these
what the
people.
hell you're talking about.
Fine.
Okay, so do you have anything?
No.
Okay, so the last one I want to talk about, and
Oh,
again,
you got another one?
I do, because I'm a little bit confused.
You're always confused.
Well, no, I'm not. I mean, this is literally about. I mean, whether it's medically good or bad.
See, you're confused.
What is ketamine?
What is? I don't even know what that is. What is
Ketamine.
That? What is it?
What is it?
What is it?
Well, that's what Michael Jackson died of, overdose on that. I mean, steals everything. So, what is ketamine? Give her
Oh God.
No, this is important.
Okay, cool. I'm ecstatic. Can't wait.
It says ketamine is used by medical practitioners and veterinarians as an anesthetic. It sometimes is used illegally by people to get high. It causes people to feel separated or detached from their body or physical environment. So it's also known as like a horse trank, Super K, Kit Kat. I like Kit Kats, the candies.
Yeah, Kit Kat's great.
Kit Kats.
I mean,
But
the crunchy
they-
part.
I do
oh, it's
like
great.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
wow.
So can be made into pills or dissolved into a liquid. It's an off-white powder.
So Elon Musk details that he actually does a prescription ketamine use, and he says his investors should want him to keep using it. So he's actually warning them already. Yeah, you really want me to stay on this shit. Number one, he says he's almost always sober.
Microphone.
He says he's almost always sober during his late night, or in some cases, a very early morning, posting
He doesn't
sessions
sleep.
on X. The shit that he posts, oh God. And he made this comment during the interview that he did with the actual journalist, well,
Lemon.
somewhat of a journalist, John Lemon. There's a little bit maybe
There was
not.
controversy with that interview.
And he got $25 million for
He did.
CNN, when he got fired. But
then he also has a contract with X, doesn't he?
not anymore.
They
Because literally after the interview, the very first interview that he did for the platform X with Elon Musk, Elon canceled the contract because he did not like being held accountable, did not like answering the questions. So, I mean, free speech aside, and that's a whole nother topic in of itself.
This is starting to get good.
But the fact
I
that
could go another hour.
But the fact that he talks about the
we're
ketamine
not.
use,
I can tell you that.
I can
but
go a
the
whole
fact
hour.
that he talks about his erratic behavior, and it's about ketamine, and apparently ketamine does control that. Well, he's not fucking taking enough because he's erratic all the time.
Did we?
His statement, quote,
He didn't respond
his
to that.
statement, quote, there are times when I have a sort of negative chemical state in my mind, like depression, I guess, or depression that's not linked to any negative news, and ketamine is helpful in getting me one out of the negative frame of mind. He is literally using ketamine to stay fucking normal.
Like an antidepressant.
Yeah. Now, keep in mind, there are celebrities who died from this. Yeah. Michael Jackson has died from this. I mean,
he was using it for sleeping, wasn't he?
I don't know what he was using for it, but his doctor was actually charged with it, a crime for it. So I mean, the bottom line is like, this is somebody who is the second wealthiest person in the world. He owns SpaceX, which again, they blew up another rocket up in the air. He owns Tesla. He owns, X, Twitter, whatever that shit is. I mean, I'm pretty sure he's going to put in bid for TikTok. I mean, seriously? This, and he wants to own AI. This is somebody that we should like put to fucking sleep permanently. However you do that, I don't care. No. I mean, Elon is a fraud. He's always been a fraud. He's always stolen ideas. He's always pawned them off himself. I mean, Tesla would not be where it is now if his brother didn't step up and give him a loan because he was bankrupt. It was going nowhere. And that was the only reason. And again, I get the whole, electric cars. I love the fact that we're doing clean energy and all that. But I mean, like, it's not his idea, folks. Mm-hmm. Just saying. He stole it.
Okay.
Anyhow. I just want to put that out there about ketamine because I'm really confused about the fact that the second wealthiest person in the world says like, y'all want to keep me on ketamine. Really? We want to keep you on some sort of controlled drug so that you don't go off the end. Okay, meaning you have a button that you want to push just like Trump does. Okay, got it. And he loves Trump. Just saying.
We know.
Yeah.
Are you okay now?
I'm good.
Yeah, you feel better?
Well, you said it was good and good.
No, it's getting good, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Well,
that's a matter of
That's
opinion.
all I got. That's all I got.
So then we're going to end on a decent time this time.
Well, about the same time as last time.
I know, and you were going to, and it's like you wanted to do it all on that one episode. It's like,
oh, wow. Is that like Galaga?
No, that's Super Mario.
Super Mario.
Oh, where's Miss Pac-Man? Yeah, I love those things from the 1980s. But anyways, folks, thanks for joining us for another actual podcast episode of Buddies, Booze,
Banters, Unfun Cultures.
I'm Uncle.
I'm ready.
Sorry. I got excited. I'm Alex.
It's a good thing I'm a good sport.
Really?
You're a great sport.
Please.